Hello my dear students, welcome to Prudence coaching biology class. Here you will get ICSE, CVSE and WBBSE solutions. As usual my dear students, today we came up with another important chapter of your book. Today we will start with the circulatory systems. And we all know the basic of circulatory system, but in this particular video we will start from the basic and we will learn all the concept of circulatory system. A circulatory system is a transport system that supplies the useful materials and removes the waste from the body cells. It consists of heart, blood vessel and bloods. So it is clear to us from this particular statement that circulatory system is a system which works as a transport system, that is, it takes or distributes the blood or the useful materials from one part of the body to the other part of the body. So, circulatory system carries oxygen, nutrients and hormones to cells and removes waste product like carbon dioxide from the cells. Heart is a thick muscular contraction automatic pumping organ of blood vascular system. There is a thin two-layered sac around the heart known as pericardium filled with a watery fluid called pericardial fluid, which allow frictionless movement of heart and protect it from mechanical shocks. It is important for you to know in mammals, birds and crocodiles, the heart is divided into four chambers, that is two auricles and two ventricles. The chambers which receives the blood from the body tissue are called auricles and the chambers of the heart which pump blood to the body tissue are called ventricles. Arteries carry blood away from the heart and veins carry blood back to the heart. You must know that a newborn baby's heart weight is 20 gram, whereas the average weight of heart in women is 230 to 280 gram, whereas in men it is 280 to 340 gram. Except in crocodiles, all other reptiles has three-chambered heart, but it functions as four-chambered heart. Whereas in amphibians, the heart is divided into three chambers. And students, in fish, the heart is divided into two chambers, that is one auricle and one ventricle. So my dear students, let us learn the function of this particular heart, how heart pumps blood and how it helps and how it functions in our body. So for that, first we will see ventricle, and before that you should know that this is the left hand side and that is the right hand side of the heart. Our heart is composed of, or it consists of, four chambers. Let us see the chambers which are below first. So this chamber which is in the right hand side of the heart is called right ventricle, and on the left hand side of the heart is called left ventricle. And as you can see, the muscle or the outer membrane of right ventricle is thinner than the left ventricle, because left ventricle need to take blood to the whole body, so it needs pressure. For that, the muscle which is outside of the left ventricle is thicker than the right ventricle, which takes the blood to the lungs, which is near to the heart. So before knowing all those things, let us know the simple thing, that is, as I said, left ventricle takes blood to the whole body, so it must have a valve through which it will take blood to the whole body. And you must remember, students, the blood which is taken to the whole body will be through the artery, and the blood which is going to come inside the heart from the whole body, it will come through the vein. So artery will take out blood from the heart and veins will bring blood from the body to heart. So as you can see, this particular valve which is present in the ventricle, and this is the aorta, which will take blood to the whole part of the body. So from this left ventricle, with the help of aorta, blood is taken to the whole body. So this is the thing. And students, you must know that right ventricle also take blood. What does it take? It takes to the lungs. For that, it must contain a valve, so it also have a valve, and this valve takes blood to the lungs through the artery. This artery is called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary is related to the lungs, and this artery takes blood to the lungs, so it is called pulmonary artery. So this aorta and pulmonary artery takes blood out of the heart. One takes to the whole body, that is aorta, and pulmonary artery takes blood to the lungs. As I said, not only blood is taken out from the heart, it is also brought back into heart. How it is brought back? It is brought back through vein. So as you can see in the left atrium, before that let us know what is atrium. As two chambers are present in the lower side of the heart, which are called ventricle. In the upper side of the heart we have two atrium. So as you can see in the left atrium, the blood is brought from the lungs by pulmonary veins. As you can see from the word pulmonary, as it is related to lungs, so the blood is brought from the lungs by the pulmonary vein, and it enters first in the left atrium of the heart. As you can see, we have other two veins which are known as superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior means upper, it is representing something which is higher in value, and inferior means which is lower. So superior vena cava will bring blood from the whole body, which is on the upper side of the heart. So from the upper side of the or upper part of the body, through superior vena cava, blood is brought back to the heart. Similarly, from the lower body part, blood is brought by the inferior vena cava in the heart. So this inferior vena cava and superior vena cava brings blood, and it is first stored, or it first comes in the right atrium. So pulmonary vein brings blood from the lungs, and it is first brought in the left atrium, and the blood which is brought from the both part of the body, that is upper part and lower part, is brought by superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, and it first enters into the right atrium. So this is the thing which we can see. Now let us know how deoxygenated and oxygenated blood flows inside the heart. First, as I said, pulmonary vein brings blood from the lungs. As lungs has the oxygenated blood inside it, it will come through the pulmonary vein. So from pulmonary vein, oxygenated blood will enter in the left atrium. Through this left atrium, this oxygenated blood will enter into the left ventricle through mitral valve or bicuspid valve. It is called bicuspid because it has two parts. So it will enter in the left ventricle through bicuspid valve, and through this left ventricle it will move to the whole part, or it will be distributed in the whole body through this aorta, and this aorta will distribute it to the whole body, and the body will create or recreate some deoxygenated blood, and this deoxygenated blood need to be oxygenated. So for that it will re-enter the heart, and as I said, through superior vena cava, blood will enter through the upper part of the body, and through the inferior vena cava, blood will enter from the lower part of the body. So as you can see, this superior vena cava and inferior vena cava will bring the blood in the right atrium first. So this right atrium will consist of the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood is deep red in color, but to differentiate we are using a purple color here. So this right atrium will consist of the deoxygenated blood, and this deoxygenated blood will enter into the right ventricle through a valve present in between the atrium, that is right atrium and right ventricle, and this valve is known as tricuspid valve as it has 3 layer or 3 chamber in it. So from this it will enter the right ventricle, and from this right ventricle, as you can see, we have a pulmonary artery. As I have explained you before starting the explanation, that artery will take the blood out of the heart, and vein will bring the blood inside the heart from the outer part of the heart. So this pulmonary artery is going to take the blood outside of the heart. Where will it take? As you can see, the word pulmonary is there, which is related to lungs. Yes students, it will take the blood or the deoxygenated blood to the lungs, and it will be oxygenated there, that is in the lungs. Again this process will continue. After oxygenation, it will enter into the left atrium through pulmonary vein, that is the oxygenated blood, and again it will go to the left ventricle. From left ventricle it will go outside the heart in the body through aorta, and again it will come back in the heart through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, and it will enter in the right atrium. From that it will come into the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve, and it will again go for the oxygenation or to be converted into oxygenated blood through the pulmonary artery, which will take the blood or the deoxygenated blood to the lungs, and this process will go on throughout the life. Whenever this process will stop, that man will or that human being is going to die at that particular moment. So therefore this process is very important. Let us know some other parts or some other things which are present in this heart which helps in this process. As you can see, we have a outer layer which is called pericardium. This layer helps the heart from getting any friction due to our metabolism work or any other work. That means it helps or it prevents the heart from friction. And my dear students, you must know this aorta and pulmonary artery which takes blood out of this heart has valve in it. The valve present in aorta is known as aorta valve, and the valve present in the pulmonary artery is known as pulmonary valve. What does this valve do? This valve prevent the backflow of blood into the heart. That means it prevent the blood from coming back or it returning the blood into the heart. So its work is to prevent or stop the backflow of deoxygenated blood which is taken out by these two things, that is pulmonary artery and aorta, and these two valves together known as semilunar valve, as it looks like half moon. As you can see, a muscle is present outside the left ventricle, right ventricle, which are pink in color. Even in the right atrium and left atrium, outside right atrium and left atrium, this muscle altogether is known as myocardium. As it is inside and cardium is related to heart, so the muscle present inside the heart but outside these chambers to prevent the friction and to provide the strength for the contraction and relaxation of the heart while pumping the blood. This muscle is known as myocardium. So students, this is the myocardium muscle which is present, and you can see outside the left ventricle one thin layer of muscle is present. This muscle is known as endocardium, which is very thin. Even another one layer of muscle is present which is below the pericardium, which is known as epicardium. So my dear students, now it is clear to you that how heart helps in pumping out blood. And now you need to know, to pump out blood, the heart chambers undergoes alternate contraction, which is known as systole, and relaxation, which is known as diastole. And you must remember that the regular sequence of this systole and diastole causes the heart sound, and this sound are known as lub. Lub is caused when systole is happening, that is, the contraction of muscle causes lub sound, and diastole, that is relaxation of the heart, causes dub sound. My dear students, do you know another important thing, that is the normal rate of heartbeat at rest is about 70 to 72 times per minute in a human being. And you must remember, in a newly born baby, heartbeat rate is about 140 per minute, and during heavy exercise it may high as 170 to 200 times per minute. So my dear students, with this we come to the end of heart. As you can see, we have explained all important points relating to the heart. So by revising this video or watching this video once again, this concept will be more clear to you, and this will help you to score better in your exam. So watch this video again, and in the next video we will come up with blood vessel and blood, which are the part of this circulatory system. So students, if you find this video helpful, then like this video and subscribe this channel to get more videos like this, and also go through the playlist and the description box to get all video arranged in order. Students, take care, have a nice day. Thank you.